Greetings and salutations, family. It's Dr. Eric D. Harris, PhD, here with you once again. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me. So we're going to continue our epilogue on taking control of your life and the opposition that you will face and the resentment that is fostered by individuals that do not support your growth and your development and evolution and in change as you grow and master certain aspects of life and qualitative and both quantitative knowledge. One of the things we're going to take a look at momentarily is the mirror effect and why your autonomy, why your sovereignty, why your newfound independence and developmental growth can be immensely threatening for certain individuals. Quiet mastery is immensely liberating for many of us. It's profoundly unsettling for those individuals who are tethered to things that are ossified or fossified that they do not want to change. And that is problematic. Now, one of the things that we're going to take a look at today is envy and insecurity. When some people see you consistently breaking those barriers that you've established for yourself and establishing new metrics and achieving those goals and attaining those positivisms, and making positive choices and gaining control of your life and living in a space of peace and solace, that creates a sense of unease because that is not in a space where they reside and there's a lot of chaos happening in their space. And so that causes problems, and it somehow to a degree illuminates the shadows that they have, their unfulfilled ambitions, their fears that they have fostered for years, and their retractive patterns. And the discomfort manifests itself in jealousy, as we have stated above, to where it can sense to curdle a sense of resentment or even formulate contempt predicated on what you have been able to do. And also it challenges their narrative, their mild interpretation of who and what they thought that you were, which was not founded on anything but basic conventional wisdoms and not fact. So when you operate within a particular worldview, you create a set of excuses, but your ability pushes you to overcome those challenges, and you set boundaries. And when you set those boundaries, you create a space where you thrive holistically. Life is very difficult, but it's not impossible to get ahead. It's not impossible to succeed. And in many instances, you don't need to be lucky. You just need to do the work. That's very, very important. So when you live in a space where you refuse to have limiting beliefs, not only about yourself, but your objectives, your goals, your ideas, your perceptions, you reevaluate the premises that you have once established, and then you can push forward. Lastly, we'll take a look at the loss of perceived influence. Some individuals thrive on having influence, and the influence is conflated and has nothing to do with anything on individuals that seek to buy into it within a herd mentality of what they have to say. But as someone that is always easily swayed and manipulated, you will tether yourself to other people's opinions. So your autonomy then becomes fractured, but becomes deeply upsetting when you move away from what they have once said and you held as a golden gospel. And now you begin to develop your own thought process, research, make sure that you find reference and do the things that you want to do. And so those demands that they once made become totally irrevocable. So it's important to move beyond those spaces, and that creates a loss of power for them. And it means that you become not only more sovereign, but you become the leader and the captain of your ship developing your life. Dr. Eric D. Harris, PhD, be well. Peace.